When your baby isn't actively sleeping or eating or getting a fresh diaper, where can he be or where can she be? We call this area the active area. Hello, welcome back to the Parent-Child Experience channel. My name is Brunette. I am a Montessori early childhood educator, a RIE practitioner, and a mother. Now, as the founder of the Parent-Child Experience, it is my goal to bring the expertise and the tools, both educational and others, that have worked in my classroom as well as home. And today we're going to focus on the active area. If you have watched a previous video about designing the 4 areas that will help you enjoy more and do less, then this is the following video that will help you design an active area. What exactly should this active area include? What should it look like? What should you avoid? In an active area for a child that is an infant between the age of 0 to 12 months, we're looking at a space that offers him the opportunity to be in movement. So that would be a place where there is a floor, which is what we consider that to be the largest gross motor equipment, which means you would have a comfortable but yet firm mat on the floor. Because this is in a home environment, we want this environment to be in a place where is safe, meaning it's safe with no outlet. It's probably something that if you have older children, that infant is still relatively safe with perhaps some gates, but it still offers you the opportunity to see your child, even if you're not next to your child. So having a mat, a firm, comfortable mat on the floor is one. You also want to have some equipment, some sturdy equipment that will allow a mobile infant to hold on to pull up and move around when they're ready to do so. You also want to have some toys that are carefully selected, toys that are more passive than active toys, which means these toys will not be making sounds, but they will be toys that your infant could learn to reach for, they could learn to manipulate. And as you know, the infant is a scientist, so they will put that toy in their mouth. So you want to be very selective about what you are putting on the floor. And you also want to minimize the amount of toys. So nothing more than the child can handle. So we're talking a number of 3 to 4 for one infant. And also in limiting this amount, it will leave the child be content with the amount they have, but not be overstimulated with so much. The other equipment you may consider having in this area would be a climbing equipment, something that is age appropriate, where when they're ready, they can start making their way up, around, and down this material, this climber. The other thing that you want to have in that area is a mobile that they can look at when they want to, but not necessarily they have to look at it. So it would not be in their face. It would be near enough for them to look at and admire, but not necessarily, especially if it's an infant that's not yet mobile and they can't get away from it. So you want to have it positioned in a way where it's there to enjoy, but then they can also turn away from it if they choose to look at something else. The active area provides a child the opportunity to learn their skills, to learn their abilities and their limitation. How can I move my hands? How can I kick? How can I stretch? How can I turn to my side and eventually turn on my stomach, which they all going to do. And eventually, how can I move my body back? So you can imagine that space needs to be a place where they are on their back, comfortable, ready to move. And movement is essential for a young child. So this space allows them to move unaided and to be able to reach, to kick, to get on their side, get on their tummy, and eventually progressively learn the new skills that they're going to develop until it leads to crawling, creeping, standing up, and walking. So we want to have that space again safe and with the right amount of toys, the age appropriate equipment, and so the child now can now enjoy being in this active space for as long as they're happy and as long as they are enjoying being there. If you have more questions about designing this space and what to have and what to avoid, I invite you to send me an email at theparentchildexperience@gmail.com.